YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy D.SHELTON, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. We back with another reaction, man. It's Friday evening, man. Hope everybody had a good Friday. You feel me? Hope everybody had a good Juneteenth. You know, some of y'all still off from yesterday as well. But I just want to say, shout out to the new subscribers to the page, man. And welcome back to the old subscribers as well, man. If y'all can hit that like and comment button after the videos, man, let me know how I'm doing. But enough talking though. We finna get straight into this reaction though. Let's get it.
About the victim in the case where she testified against a woman who shot a man up on what they considered a bicycle for just making a small remark. Today we go over the details, but I also pulled up the transcript. It was almost 300 pages. And I got the full statement from the victim in this story on what she testified and who she testified on. We'll break that down in this video while paying our respects, of course. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. On June 16, 2024, JSO had responded to 1140 Groth Street in reference to a person who had been shot by a black female named Carla. Upon arrival, Dwayne Love, the victim, was located near the intersection of Everson Street and Groth Street with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds to his left ankle. The Jacksonville Police and Rescue Department responded to the scene and transported the victim to UF Health, located at 655 West 8th Street. While on the scene, an officer was approached by an unknown male who shook his hand and discreetly passed a note which read, 1461 W State Street, Apartment 4. Record search of the address that was listed on that paper indicates residents are Ernest Hill and Carla Hill. A detective spoke to a witness who stated she was sitting in front of 1140 Groth Street and a black female named Carla approached Mr. Love and fired at least 4 gunshots towards Mr. Love. The witness reiterated that Carla had her arm raised and was pointing the firearm directly at Mr. Love, causing him to seek cover behind a telephone pole. The witness also observed Carla lowered the firearm toward Mr. Love, lower half of his body, and fired 2 additional gunshots, which struck Mr. Love. The witness explained there was not a verbal or physical altercation before the shoot. As she stated, Wayne was just sitting there. After the shooting, Carla fled the scene on a bicycle. A detective presented the witness a photo of Carla Hill, who was the suspect, to which she stated the photo favors Carla, but was unable to positively identify her. Basically saying it was her, but she didn't want to tell. But then the officers also met with the witness identified as Cassandra Brown. Now this is what she said the night of the shooting. Later we'll talk about what she said months later when she took the stand. Ms. Brown stated she was near 1140 Groth Street when she observed Mr. Love sitting in a chair nearby. Moments prior to the shooting, Ms. Brown stated that Carla was riding a black bicycle with a basket and a gray Harvey's grocery bag hanging off each of the handlebars.
Damn, she was doing a hit off the bicycle?
The black handgun from one of the grocery bags and pointed it directly at Mr. Love before firing at least 4 shots at Mr. Love. She said Carla fled the scene on a bicycle. Ms. Brown stated that she known Carla for approximately 3 years at that time, which was kind of a lie. She said they once were incarcerated at the same time, which was true. At that time, a detective showed Miss Brown a photo of Carla, where she positively identified her as the shooter by signing and dating the front of the photo.
I ain't gonna lie. The lady looked like she crazy. She looked like she ain't strapped too tight. She did a hit off the bike. She on a bicycle driving, seeing who she needed to see. Pop, pop, pop. She looked like she crazy. I ain't.
2 days later, Carla had a warrant for her arrest. On the murder, she had no bond. And possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, she had a bond amount for $100,000. Essentially, she took it to trial. Later finding out that her close friend, the one who stopped her from allegedly killing Mr. Love, is one of the state's key witnesses. On July 11, 2024, Carla had put in a plea of not guilty. And on December 3rd, 2024, Carla would go to trial. The state had 7 witnesses. And one of them, as mentioned, was a grandmother at this time in her 60s who go by the name of Cassandra Brown. Now, when Cassandra took the stand, it wasn't until she was cross-examined by Carla's attorney when more information about her relationship with Carla and what truly took place that night Mr. Love was shot was presented.
Right.
She was cross-examined by attorney Mr. Carter. He wrote, according to the transcript, "Good morning, Ms. Brown. Good morning. Can you hear me okay?" Yes. Good. For the first time, we have the opportunity to talk, right? Yes. So I'm going to ask you some yes or no questions, okay? Okay. All right. Were you aware of Mr. Love's romantic interest in Miss Hill? No. No. Do you have a romantic interest in Mr. Love yourself? No. You have been friends with Miss Hill up until about the year 2000, right? Yes. Previously, you had been friends, correct? She is still my friend. Okay. You described that you had your friendship and it ended around 2000, correct? You described that
Damn.
before. Yes. Okay. And you had lived together. Yes. So for at least the last 20 years, no longer friends, right? That is because I didn't have contact with her. Is it a yes or no question, ma'am? Yes. Thank you. Okay. And were you speaking to a Mr. Britton, Daryl Britton, around when this occurred? Yes. Okay. And exactly, the conversation occurred about 50 feet from this residence where everything is that occurred, right? No. Okay. And so you're speaking to Mr. Britton, right? Yes. Block party going on, right? Yes. People are drinking, right? Yes. Yourself? No. Mr. Britton? Yes. How about Mr. Love? Yes. Okay. Did he appear from your perspective because you eventually got close to him to be very intoxicated? No. Okay. But you were right there ultimately. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Are you telling this jury you heard the entire conversation between Miss Hill and Mr. Love? Yes. You heard the entire conversation. From where
Wait
I
a
was
minute. So
standing? Yes. Okay. So you're at least, from where you marked on the screen there, you're at least 20 feet away. Yes. Having a conversation yourself? Yes. Block party going on? Yes. My client has speakers on the front of her bike as well, right? Yes. Were they playing at the time? No. But there is music being played at this block party, right? From the DJ booth? Yes. From the DJ booth. And by the tents? And that type of thing as well, right? Yes. So you're 20 feet away. All this is going on. And you can hear the entire conversation? Yes. Was Mr. Love giving Miss Hill a hard time about what she had on her bicycle? Teasing? I'm sorry, ma'am? Teasing her about what was on the bicycle. What he
She
also
shot him
giving
over.
her a hard time about where she was going to? No. Mr. Carter, just one moment, please. Judge, the court, yes. Question. So I believe you testified on direct that you grabbed Miss Hill's arm. Is that right? Yes. And that is, would you have been according to what you're saying directly in front of Mr. Love, right? On the side? Okay. Miss Hill, from your perspective, is there no chance he would have not seen you at the moment in time, right? No chance he would have. He saw me. He saw you? Yes. But you had not been drinking. No. Okay. Everybody else was. Not you. I had been there too long. Got up there. I hadn't started drinking yet. Mr. Carter, thank you, ma'am. That's all I have, Judge. The court, redirect. The state, re-examine Ms. Brown. The question,
What
it just
the
came out on cross that your friendship with Miss Hill had kind of broken apart back in 2000. Is that right? Yes.
Okay.
Did you describe that you guys are still, in your estimate, you guys will still be friends or at least friendly? Yes. Had there been any sort of issue or friend breakup that caused you guys not to hang out anymore? No. Were you moving on with your life? Yes. Had you gotten with someone and left the area? Yes. Was there any resentment that you were aware of? No. When did you start seeing Miss Hill again? About 2 years ago. And where did you see Miss Hill again? On Groth Street. So older individuals meet up is when you meet up with Miss Hill again? Yes. At that point, did you rekindle your friendship and speak again? Yes. So for the past 2 years, have you ever had any issues with Miss Hill? No. And then before that, in 2000, you didn't have any issues with Miss Hill? No. Now you mentioned that it was discussed on Crawls that there were music playing. I'm going to go back to, I believe, this is state,
Man,
this is
what
evidence
the hell?
for, is that the tent and the DJ booth. That is the tent where, no, the DJ booth is. Not there. How far away would you say the DJ booth was? On the opposite side of the street. So with the DJ booth on the opposite side of the street, were you still able to carry on a normal conversation? Yes. So you weren't having to scream, yell, no. Now, you mentioned that Mr. Love, when the firearm was brought out, that he ducked behind the pole. Is that right? Yes. And he said behind the pole while Miss Hill was shooting at him, correct? Yes.
So she's shooting at him because he was teasing her about her bike and stuff like that? Like I said, she look crazy as hell. I ain't gonna lie, the lady look crazy. If she did that, bro, she wild as hell. But like, cause I'm trying to get like I'm trying to figure out like why the hell did she do it?
throughout that time, assumedly, he is trying not to be hit. He does not come out from behind the pole. No. And you watched him collapse to the ground, correct? Yes.
Right.
Did you go to render him aid? I did, but someone got there before me. How did you know her? Once again, on Groth Street. Have you ever lived with her? Yes. How long did you live with her? About 5 years. Do you see her here at the courtroom today? Yes. Can you describe where she's being seated and an item of clothing that she's wearing? You can stand up if you need to. She's sitting over there and she got on a black jacket. That's all I can see right now. Just for the record, the witness identified the defendant. The court, yes. Ms. Brown, have you ever been convicted of any crime of dishonesty? Yes, ma'am. Is that 3 times? Yes. I want to turn your attention to June 16, 2024, where you were on Groth Street that evening. Yes. While there, did you see Dwayne Love? Yes. And where was he at? He was sitting in the yard behind a gazebo. Is that gazebo on Groth Street?
What
yes. Again, did you ever see Carla Hill that evening? Yes. Did she arrive in the vehicle on a bicycle? Can you describe her bike? A beach cruiser. Beach cruiser. Did she have anything hanging off of her bike attached to the bike? She had her bag hanging off each side, and it was dark out. Did she have any sort of light fixture or anything else on the bike? It was on the ground. And when you saw her arrive, did you ever see her also go into the yard in front of the house? Yes. Where was her bike at the time? Leaning up against the fence. Now, you mentioned that you were at the end of the fence. Did you ever go see Dwayne Love leave the yard? Yes. As he was leaving the yard, without telling us necessarily what he said, did you hear him make any comment about the defendant's bike? Yes. After he made that comment, what did the defendant do? He got up, walked out the gate to the bike, reached her hand in the bag, pulled out a pistol. Did she make any statement? Yes. What did she state? If you need to take a second, you absolutely can. She said, quote, if you say anything else, I'll kill you, end quote.
Damn,
after the defendant pulled that firearm out the bag, did you see what Mr. Love did? He backed up down the sidewalk by the pole. He put his hands up and made the statement, quote, what you gonna do, Carla? You gonna shoot me? You gonna kill me? You mentioned that his hands were raised. Hand raised. Were they raised in surrender? Or like he was going to strike her? Was up in the air? Or was backing away from her? Was he armed? No. Was he spitting at her? No. Was he threatening to kill her? No. While he was walking backwards, did he stop for any reason? The pole stopped. So did he back into it? Yes. Once he backed into the pole, did he try to run away or hide? He tried, but he couldn't. Where did he try to hide? He was trying to get over around the pole, but he couldn't hide behind the pole. Was the pole too thin? Yes. Did the defendant shoot that gun you saw? Yes. How many times?
Damn. So she really shot him over because he was teasing her about her bike, bro. That's some crazy shit. She looked crazy on her mugshot. She looked like she wasn't wrapped too tight. But like, she said, "You say one more thing, I'm gonna kill you." Damn, because he was teasing about your bike. Like, it get that deep, man.
The first shot, where was the defendant pointing the gun? At him. When you say at him, I saw you do a motion directly at Mr. Love. Were the rest of those shots pointed at Mr. Love going downward? So as Mr. Love, you mentioned going downward. Was Mr. Love going down? Yes. And as Mr. Love was going down, did the gun follow? Yes. Did you ever hear Mr. Love cry out again? Not what did he say, but did you ever hear him cry out? Yes. You mentioned that he went down. Did he end up collapsing on the ground? Yes. So you described that the firearm followed the victim. So as Mr. Love was headed to the ground, did this defendant's arm follow the entire journey while shooting? Yes. Did you confront Miss Hill? Yes. What did you do? I ran up to her, grabbed her arm, and I said, quote, Carla, you're going to kill this man. Why did you shoot this man? And how many shots had been fired when you grabbed her arm? 4. Did she keep firing? Yes. After the shots ended, what did Miss Hill do? She got on her bicycle and pushed the bicycle up towards Mr. Love, stood over him, and pointed the gun at him. And she told him, she say, quote, I should have killed you, and spit in his face. Now, Mr. Love, where was he at that point? On the ground?
She was
leaning
on
up
that?
against the black SUV right here. And you can mark it with your finger on the screen. He was on the ground right here, leaning up against the car right there. Now, after she spit at him, did she do anything further? She got on her bicycle and left. Was she crying, upset, or anything like that?
Hell
Nope,
no.
not in my opinion. Okay, and when she was on her bicycle, you said that she wasn't upset. What kind of effect did she have? She just got on her bicycle and rode off around the corner. Ms. Brown, did you ever speak with law enforcement about what happened? Yes. Did you provide your photograph of the defendant to identify? Yes. And did you sign that picture? Yes, I did. And that, fam, was Ms. Brown's testimony in December of 2024 against her once friend that had her a huge target on her back. Ms. Hill ended up getting over 50 years in jail. She was found guilty, and ever since that day, Carla been making threats to Miss Brown in one way or another, having the message being related. And just 6 months after her testimony, Miss Brown was gunned down on the same street where the incident took place that caused her to testify. Miss Brown's friend said When Brown first started receiving those threats, the man sending them was in police custody, which he wasn't named because Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has not confirmed if he was the suspect in Brown's killing. Loved ones said when that individual was released, Brown became fearful for her life. Someone quoted, when
I
she
would've
told
got the
him
hell
he
up out
had
of there.
threatened her, she went to the state's attorney's office, according to one of Miss Brown's friends who wanted to remain anonymous. He quoted, "I told her that was the right thing to do. I told her that she needed to keep going down there until they get this man off the street." And it wasn't just Miss Brown who they said was threatened. Another one of her friends who also spoke to the news, who remained anonymous, said she was as well. Quoting, "This man was threatening to kill us," said Brown's friend. Cassandra Brown, aka Shorty, June 13, 2025, was shot and killed while sitting in the chair, which happens to be another block party on Groth Street. Apparently, a man was running with 2 guns. JSO have responded to a shot spotter alert that was activated at around 9:30 p.m. Friday night as mentioned, prompting a nearby.
He ran up on her with 2 guns. Damn, like they took the level of snitches get stitches and put it in grave to the full extent. Like, damn, no, like, man, she thought it was all cool. She gonna go up there and get her testimony. A year later, she get gunned down. First she started receiving threats from the lady and her friend, talking about they was gonna do that to her. Like, I thought that the woman looked crazy. She looked like she wasn't wrapped too tight. And damn, she sent the hit from the jail cell. It's crazy.
Patrol officer to respond to the scene. May she rest in peace. A level of condolences to her family. As a man,
that's
no
crazy.
one is yet to be arrested.
Tonight, Action News Jax investigates how a Jacksonville woman's murder could potentially impact criminal prosecutions.
Yeah, we broke the news at 10 last night. Family and friends of Cassandra Brown say she was
they
shot
can't
and
prove
killed
that
after she
but-
testified about a shooting that she witnessed just a year ago.
Action News Jax Alexis Clevenger is live at JSO. Alexis, loved ones say Brown was threatened and reported it to authorities.
And they ain't do shit about it.
And they say nothing was done to protect her. We asked JSO and the state attorney's office a series of questions about these claims, but they did not
dropped the
respond
ball on
directly
it.
to our questions, only saying that the investigation into Brown's death is still active.
She hugged me and said, "I'll see you when you get back."
That's the last memory Cassandra Brown's friend has of the 67-year-old before she was shot and killed Friday night.
She was a sweet lady. She was. She did not deserve this.
Only Action News Jax spoke with 2 of Brown's friends. They both wanted to remain anonymous for their own safety and say Brown was the victim of a retaliatory killing. They say Brown started receiving threats by a man.
The first one had to come around about the end of April.
And they say those threats came after she testified at trial against Carla Hill. She's the woman who shot a man on Growth Street last June. She was found guilty of aggravated battery by a jury.
And
she was
did
then
50
sentenced to
years.
life in prison.
Damn.
Brown's son believes that this incident could cause other crime witnesses to fear appearing in court to testify.
Yeah.
Think second about opening their mouth on what they seen.
Meanwhile, AJ Jordan with Mad Dads, a local advocacy organization for victims of crime, believes this case should not stop people from speaking out.
It's a lot of ways that we can get information to the police without being subject to our identity being.
You ain't
revealed.
wrong, but
You
like,
can call Crime Stoppers. You can call JSO tip line. You can reach out to Mad Dads. I mean, you even can go to another county and call in the tip. I encourage people not to be scared to continue to speak up.
Now, JSO says that detectives are continuing to work through available evidence and speak with potential witnesses. Now, if we do learn any new information on this, we will update you. For now, for local coverage, you can count on Live Downtown, Alexis Clevenger, Action News Jax.
I know that was a lot, but I wanted to give you guys full detail of what was going on.
Nah, man, bump all that. Ain't no way they just dropped the ball and let that woman get smoked like that. Like, she told you. She told y'all. She went to y'all. Told y'all she was getting threats. Y'all probably thought it was just, she just, no. And then she ended up getting smoked. Damn near around the same time she testified against the lady last year. Like, boy, hey, man. I mean, I know they can't prove that she is the woman, the one that sent the hit. But, hey, I'm just saying, though, like, y'all need to investigate that. That's crazy, though, man. But like I said, Shout out to the family TV for the video, man, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers as well. Welcome back to the old subscribers. Y'all like and comment on the video, man. Let me know y'all thoughts on it. I'll catch y'all on the next one.